I know that there have been many presidents in the past that we have problems with. Even with Donald Trump, there are a few things that I have a problem. Few things I have a problem with in terms of different political positions in a way, and also was how he says some of his things on Twitter. But right now, with what he's doing in terms of creating a website which is supposed to report social media censorship, that is a great thing. In fact, that only shows the president keeping up with his duty under the Constitution to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. And within that Constitution of the United States is the First Amendment and the Ninth Amendment, the freedom of speech, and with, as said in the Ninth Amendment, the right to practice your liberties as long as they do not infringe on others, or you cannot use your right to infringe on others. And considering that he has already developed this website, it's great. It's one. It has. I think it has a majority of Americans backing it, because there has been a major problem of social media websites like Facebook and Twitter and a few others that have basically banned conservative voices. And I don't think it's just conservative voices either, just people who tread out of line, even liberals who happen to deal with this. A good example of this would be InfoWars. Now, I've talked about this before on several of my videos, but it still brings up an important topic. InfoWars was led by a guy named Alex Jones, and he is very, very controversial. He is a major conspiracy theorist. But over, I think it was about a year ago, all these social media websites, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, have decided that they don't like to hear this guy say anything about what is going on, and they just all simultaneously banned him from their sites. I think on BitChute, he still has his channel there, but I cannot be entirely certain. I don't really use BitChute. But considering how much they're willing to just bring down an opposing YouTube channel, which has about, I think, a million subscribers at its high point. If it's willing to bring down that one channel, who's to say that's not gonna happen to others? I mean, that's the case with so many other people, and not just on YouTube, but on Facebook and on Twitter. A lot of conservative advocates have definitely had this sort of problem, because they constantly have said something very different, and even if it's considered mild by normal society standards, apparently it's not normal enough for Facebook and Twitter, or just some regular SJW or triggered communists from thinking that this is just considered hate speech and just banning the guy or girl off of the website. Now, this is a complete double standard, because there has been a lot of messages. I mean a lot of messages that have actually are really sad to see. Which are definitely sexist and racist in their nature. I've seen a lot of Twitter messages saying that all white men are evil, or all men are trashed. So a lot of them are in their own different ways, but a lot of them it's the same message. Fuck white men. Fuck men in general. That's the entire thing. And honestly, it's sad. But the worst part about this is that they are still up. apparently it no longer and no apparently Facebook and Twitter do not see it that way. It's just there's nothing more to describe it. It's sad, and it just shows the unfairness within the mainstream, not just the mainstream media, but in major social media companies as well, about how they report. Because for a while now, on these kind of websites, right wing media has been growing, while the mainstream media is mainly liberal. It has actually had falling reviews, falling viewers, that sort of thing. But now on the internet, with the rise of the internet, right media outlets like mine have been pretty successful. I mean, mine is not. I mean, nine is not as successful as others, but still, I gotta think that mine has been gone really good ever since it's first started 2 years ago. But nonetheless, this remains a big problem for corporate companies who have a liberal viewpoint. They don't like these ideas getting popular. In fact, a lot of them are thinking that's how Donald Trump and a lot of these right-wing movements across Europe and South America and other parts of the globe have actually managed to grow. So yeah, in their viewpoint, they want to simply ban these people or try to limit their speech, so that way it's not considered, one, hateful, and two, it doesn't support these movements. It only gets only it creates censorship, and it can affect pretty much everyone on the online, basically. But now with Donald Trump establishing this website, which reports social media censorship, that alone makes it a major step. It's a major step which would eventually bring these companies down. Now, I don't mean like in the financial sense, because they're absolute. One thing's for certain, they're not going to go away. But I mean bring down their censorship tools that they use to infringe on others. That is what's going to happen. And again, this is just the first step that's going on. I've been hearing a few reports that Republicans are actually planning on establishing new laws to protect individuals from social media censorship. Although I cannot personally confirm this. But if this is true, this only further cements the whole idea that President Trump and a lot of the Republican Party is trying to do its best to grant free speech, not just from the government but like from corporate entities as well. And I think this is a major important issue right now, because while we have to still deal with the government and still be suspicious on its intentions and whatnot, especially as it tries to grow larger, I think it's important to also focus on companies, because if a single organization such as the United States federal government were allowed to be given we're allowed to, by their standards, to censor people, why can't a corporate entity do the same thing? I mean, after all, they are a private company, and they have their own set of rules. Now again, I think that I know that things are completely different in terms of different companies with their different rules and such. But nonetheless, the point still stands. It is important for us as individuals, as citizens of the United States of America, to be suspicious when it comes to these kinds of organizations. Because if we are not suspicious or just somewhat distrustful of these entities, then our freedoms are very likely to erode. In some cases, faster than you may think. My name is Noemi and Artie of Truth. Please post your comments down below. I would love to read them. Like this video, share it with friends, and subscribe. See ya.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain.